EFCC Chairman Olukoyede vows to resign if Yahaya Bello is not prosecuted. Former Imo State Governor Emeka Herioha resigns from PDP over internal crisis. Is breaking news coming in today. Dangote cuts diesel aviation fuel prices further to 940 and 980 naira respectively. And headlines outside Nigeria tonight. UK approves plan to send asylum seekers to Rwanda. Concerns grow as violence erupts in Ethiopia's Tigray region. So the headlines are monitoring at this hour. Tonight on Politics HQ, rumble in the creeks. The River State House of Assembly has enacted a law blocking Governor Sim Fubara from appointing caretaker committees for local government councils in River State. Now, what does this mean for the fragile polity of River State? Also, what happened to President Tinubu's brokered peace agreement? We'll talk this more ahead on the program. My name is Kofi Bartels. Politics HQ starts now. Good evening and welcome to Politics HQ. The River State House of Assembly has recently passed, today, or Monday rather, passed the River State Local Government Amendment Bill into law, despite the initial refusal of Governor Sim Fubara to assent to it. That's the River State Governor. The bill, which was passed on March 13 initially, 2024, and was sent to the Governor for his assent as per the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999 as amended, was declined by Governor Siminalayi Fubara of River State. Now, however, the River State House of Assembly did what they'd done before. They proceeded to override the governor's decision and enact the bill into law themselves. Now, among its provisions, this new law, let's look at some of what it says. It removes the governor's authority to appoint caretaker committees for local government areas in his state. That's something that River State has been used to over the years. Additionally, this newly enacted law mandates the River State Independent Electoral Commission, otherwise known as RISEC in River State, to conduct elections before the expiration of the tenure of local government chairman in River State. Furthermore, in the event that the local government elections cannot be held for any reason whatsoever, the tenure of the sitting chairman will be extended by a maximum of 6 months. And that means that they cannot go beyond 6 months without having an election. Quite interesting for River State, a state that is known to have had caretaker local government chairmen and councils over the years. Now, this is not the first time the River State House of Assembly, under the leadership of Right Honorable Martin Zamehuli, has overridden Governor Siminalayi Fubara to enact a law that the governor sent in his signature to it. In fact, this marks the sixth instance, the sixth law, where the House of Assembly has bypassed the governor of River State to enact laws itself. Earlier this year, in January, the House voted to override the governor's decisions, and they enacted 4 new bills into law. They are the River State Local Government Amendment Law, the River State Traditional Rulers Amendment Law, the River State Advertisement and Use of State-Owned Property Prohibition Repeal Law, and the River State House of Assembly Funds Management and Financial Autonomy Law. Now, most of these laws are already existing laws. Well, in March, the River State House of Assembly voted to override the governor and enacted the River State House of Assembly Service Commission Bill into law. Okay, so that's the history. Well, of course, you remember that the relationship between this River State House of Assembly is led by Right Honorable Martin Zamehuli and Governor Siminalayi Fubara of River State. The relationship has been strained since, if you remember, late last year, there was a fallout between Governor Fubara and his predecessor and political mentor. In fact, I call him his political benefactor, Wike, who is currently the Minister of Nigeria's Federal Capital Territory. And also you remember that 27 members of the River State House of Assembly, including the Speaker, are said to be aligned with Governor Wike, and they had attempted to impeach, that's former Governor Wike, they had attempted to impeach Governor Sim Fubara in October. Remember what happened? And with the House of Assembly building being pulled down and all that, the members of the House decamping from the PDP to the APC. Well, although the tensions were temporarily eased following the intervention of Nigeria's President Bola Tinubu, a recent development suggests that the political tensions in Rivers State have resurfaced. Well, what is the law the House of Assembly is relying on to do what it is doing? They're relying on the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended, and in particular, the Section 100 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, which says in subsection 1 of Section 100, the power of the House of Assembly to make laws shall be exercised by bills which are passed by the House of Assembly and except as otherwise provided by this section assented to by the governor. Hope you've seen where this is going. Now, subsection 2 of Section 100 says, a bill shall not become law unless it has been duly passed and subjected to subsection 1 of this section, assented to in accordance with the provisions of this section. Subsection 3 says, where a bill has been passed by the House of Assembly, it shall be presented to the governor for assent. 4 says, where a bill is presented to the governor for assent, he shall within 30 days thereof signify that he assents or that he will hold assent or withholds his assent. Don't forget, this bill was passed on March 13. All right, so 30 days have elapsed. Now, where the governor withholds assent to the bill, and the bill is again passed by the House of Assembly by 2/3 majority, the bill shall become law, and the assent of the governor shall not be required. And that's what is happening. I want to introduce our guests tonight. We're joined by Mr. Opunabo Inko-Tariah, who is the former special advisor to the governor of Rivers State on information and communication. We're also joined by Honorable Lolo Opuende. He's a member of the Rivers State House of Assembly. And we're also joined by Chief Anabs, or should I say High Chief Anabs Sara-Igbe, a leader of the Rivers Elders Forum, all joining us from Port Harcourt, Rivers State, I believe. Gentlemen, good evening and many thanks for your time tonight. All right. I hope you can all hear me. I want to start with Honorable Lolo Opuende, a member of the Rivers State House of Assembly. Honorable, please tell us what necessitated the passage and enactment of this bill and the enactment of that bill into law. Why was it so important?
First of all, this what necessitated the passage of this bill as a result of the governor's inability to conduct the local government elections. And that's why the Assembly deemed it fit to pass this bill so that there will be no caretaker committee appointing people from various areas to come and take charge of local government funds is no longer required at this point in time. And that's why the Assembly deems it fit, start on this matter, pass the bill, then communicated the bill to the governor for him to assent to it and for him to have denied assent in accordance to the extant laws. It is our duty to pass the bill the second time and veto the assent. And that is what we've done. So, Mr. Kofi Batel, I think these things are not, it is unambiguous. Seeing it is unambiguous. But people will say whatever they want to say. It's none of our business. We're doing the right thing. We have the interest of the state at hand. And at every given time, we are going to do what the law says we should do. So long as what we are doing is backed by law, we will continue to do what is backed by law. The Assembly is a creation of law, and our activities are backed by laws and our standing rules. And that is what we are working with.
Honorable, so you're saying that the reason for the passage of the bill and enactment of the law is that you try to ensure that local government funds are not, used by the executive. I want to get you right.
Yes, appointment of caretaker committee was first of all vested in the power of the governor based on amendment of the local government law. But we find out that the governor is not ready to conduct the local government election. We expected him to call the assembly and say, look, local government election cannot be conducted based on this particular reason or based on this. And on that note, we can now give him the privilege, because even if you want to appoint caretaker committees, the caretaker committees will be sent to the assembly to screen and confirm before you can swear them in as caretaker committees. And when you are planning to appoint caretaker committee with a face-off with the assembly, it won't work. So the assembly is trying to do the right thing so that funds that are allocated for local government will be used by people of that local government. And the proper use of that fund is what we are looking at. When the governor is given the right to appoint caretaker committee, they control the funds, they decide what they allocate to those caretaker committees, because they are not elected local government chairmen. Because they are not elected, they do not have the powers to act and to even ask what is the exact fund that is meant for the LGA. But when they are properly elected, they have no choice than to ask, because laws are backing them. As an elected council chairman, he can even sue. But when a caretaker chairman is at the preview of the governor, at any time since the governor can hire you, he can fire you. We don't want that hire and fire process. And that's why we are trying to ensure that the governor conduct a free and reasonable election for the council chairman to come up. We can select, he has his own supporters. They've been doing Thanksgiving. If there are no supporters, then you can say, no, you can't do election. But you have supporters whom you believe are following you up and down. Then bring them, let them contest in the relevant parties, the parties that are available, so that they can contest and win their election. If they have the population to win, let them win. Then come in as a democratically elected council chairman that can use our fund for the local government.
I would like to believe that the other guests will agree that with you that local government needs to be strengthened. I want to go to High Chief Anabs. High Chief, it's good to see you. What do you say to this? Incidentally, Honorable Opuende is from your area, so probably has your interest at heart that we should see a local government chairman from Akoko-Toro who was elected by the people and who is not subservient to the governor. Good evening, High Chief. What are your thoughts on what's happened so far?
You are not audible, but let me come this way. You cannot be a lawmaker that will not obey law. A lawmaker is expected to obey law. The law that sets up the House of Assembly is very clear. The law says if you deflect from your party to another party in Section 109 of the Constitution, you shall vacate your seat. That means that those impostors who call themselves members of the House of Assembly are no longer members of the House of Assembly. Tomorrow, we are in court. We are going to Court of Appeal. Let them come to Court of Appeal tomorrow. Let us face it and let the law be interpreted, whether they are constitutionally there or they are illegally there.
Okay. Hi, Chief. The connection isn't too clear. I want to go now to...
Our concern. If you don't have locals, after obeying make law for people, that is our guess what? The law must be obeyed. So if the Constitution is very clear as to what happens to a member of the House of Assembly that declare from his party, let that be.
Okay.
If they are popular, let them contest at another election.
Okay, High Chief, I'll come back to you. Thank you very much.
They don't have any right to make law.
Thank you very much, High Chief. Thank you very much, High Chief. Mr. Inko-Tariah, your reaction. Of course, the honourable member for Inko-Tariah constituency 2, state constituency, has said that they try to strengthen the local government administration and make them independent from influence by the executive. Is that a welcome development? Would you say should this be seen as democracy in action, Mr. Inko-Tariah, or is it a victory? And is it a victory for the principle of separation of powers?
Now you tell us there's no time, so let's be as fast as we can. First and foremost, let me say, I just hope that the clarity of what I have to say will penetrate the minds of people and logic capture their judgment. Let me say that you don't appropriate and reprobate. The honorable member seated there will also agree with this fact. Let me equally say that I completely agree. I'm one of those strong advocates for a local government election and the local government chairman that will be completely independent. In fact, I am averse to a situation where the House of Assembly will ratify the removal of a local government chairman or not. I believe that the councillors should do that. While the House of Assembly, it is within the virus of the House of Assembly to make laws for the betterment of a society, the first question we have to ask ourselves is the locals. They know that they have defected, and they know the laws concerning defection when there is no merger. That is number one, or when there is no schism in the party. That is number two. Then having said that, this particular law, I will tell you, was done malo fide. In other words, with bad faith. It was done for intently bad reasons. That is why this law was passed. Having said that, I want to avert the mind of my brother seated there, that there is even a judgment. In 2001, there is a case concerning the Abia State House of Assembly, where they wanted to extend the tenure of local government chairman. And the case went to court. And the court said, no, you cannot extend. In other words, the law cannot be retroactive. You cannot extend the tenure of the local government chairman. If you can come up with new laws defining, prescribing their tenure, but for the serving ones, you cannot extend. So even when Lagos State wanted to do so, under the governorship of the president of the country now, who was then the governor of Lagos State, they went to court. It was a case between, I'm talking of Abia now, between the Attorney General and 35 others and the Attorney General of the Federation. And the court reminded them, drew their attention to the Abia case judgment, and also told them you cannot extend the tenure of serving local government chairmen. But you have a right, it is within your virus, to come up with a new law defining, prescribing the tenure of local government chairmen. But for those in office, you cannot extend. So in that matter, in that case, going by that judgment, the House of Assembly does not have the right to do so. That is the argument.
All right. Sir, Opunabo Inko-Tariah.
Going by that judgment,
yes, you said that you cannot, the House of Assembly cannot approbate and reprobate. So what were you referring to? Are you referring to the existing?
Which I just made reference to now. I just made reference.
Okay, fine. All right.
I said, for example, we know of a situation where once you defect to another party, I explained it as soon as I said it now. So you cannot in one breath, you don't cherry pick in the administration of justice. You cannot in one breath say this is wrong, and in another breath you endorse another illegality. You don't cherry pick. That's the point. I just explained it immediately.
Okay, I want to go to Honorable Opuende Isaiah Lolo. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. To Honorable Opuende Isaiah Lolo, what do you say to both High Chief Anabs Sara-Igbe and Mr. Opunabo Inko-Tariah, who've questioned the legitimacy of the House of Assembly is led by Martin Zamehili, of which you were a part. They feel that should be.
I did not question the No, Kofi, I did not question legitimacy. I question legality. Not legitimacy.
The legality. But it's the law
Yes,
that makes them legitimate. But anyway, I think you understand what you said.
There's
Let's
a
go
difference.
to...
You know that.
Honorable Lolo, over to you.
Okay. As of legitimacy, and Chief Anabs Sara-Igbe talks about legitimacy, and he talks about legality of we extending the tenure of local government chairman. You know, when you talk about legitimacy, I will rightly refer him to that section sub G, section 109 sub 1 paragraph G, which say being a person whose election to the House of Assembly was sponsored by a political party, he becomes a member of another political party before the expiration of the period for which he was elected, provided that his membership of the later political party is not as a result of a division in the political party of which he was previously a member, or of a merger or two or more political parties of faction by one of which he was previously sponsored. That is where we are aiming at. Now, there is a provisor.
I said that.
So long as there is no division in the party, then at that point, I think, as you rightly said, Section 1 can avail you what you are saying. But there was a division in the party, and we wrote to the party outlining those cases which we are already subsisting as at then, up till now, even in the PDP convention. They mentioned in the last NEC meeting, they mentioned it, that the position of the national secretary cannot be discussed because it is subject to litigation. It is sub judice. So you can't discuss things that are subject to litigation. And as at then, when we cited 3 major cases, one in Abuja, one in Lagos, and one in Enugu also. So if there was no division in PDP, we wouldn't have crossed to AP.
Lolo, I want to allow Chief. Yes. Lolo, please. I want to allow Chief. Since you responded, I will allow you to respond to what Mr. Inko-Tariah said. But Mr. Inko-Tariah, please hold on. Let's allow High Chief respond to, because he's talked about legitimacy. Lolo, please hold on. I'll come back to you. Yeah, High Chief. He's giving his response to your question on legitimacy. Yeah.
PDP is not divided. Neither did they join another party, but neither.
You are not even a member of PDP to tell us if we are divided or not. To tell them if they are divided or not.
The law is very clear.
You are not a member of PDP to start with. My chief, with due respect, you are a member of SDP,
I am the founder
which I know.
of PDP.
Because, no, you cannot be a founder by belonging to another party.
I spend money
again and say you are still a PDP member. Please, with due respect, you are, so long as I know the last election, after the last election, you are not a member of PDP. Chief, with due respect, you are not a member of PDP. You signed as a member of SDP or Harcourt party. I don't know, SDP or Harcourt party. Because I was with you, we are voting in the same unit. We are voting in the same ward. And I met you. We have issues concerning our BVA, voters, whatever.
Have I ever decided to be PDP? I said,
with due respect, sir, you are not a member of PDP.
Okay.
Please don't claim that you are a member of PDP. You are a supporter
please. I think we should allow Chief.
It is known, but you are not a member of PDP.
Lolo, please. I think we should allow Chief to make his point.
Okay, let him say.
Yes, please.
Pronouncement.
Okay, High Chief, please.
As regards this kind of issues, PDP is not divided. They just held their convention, their NEC meeting. And it is very clear PDP is one family. But I don't want to argue too much, because tomorrow we are court. Tomorrow we are the Court of Appeal. The Court of Appeal will direct us. And I know within a short time, the Court of Appeal will interpret the law. We are not arguing so much. Let the law be interpreted so that everybody will know what is right and what is wrong.
All right.
It's not a matter of debate.
So Honorable, High Chief, your point is that PDP is not divided, and therefore they are not a legitimate House of Assembly. Okay, we'll come back. We want to go for a break. Yeah, Honorable, please. We want to go for a break. When we come back, I'll give you a chance to comment on what Mr. Opunabo and Inko-Tariah said about the legality of that law, that new law you enacted. It's the Politics HQ right here on News Central TV. We'll be right back. Please stay with us. Welcome back. Still with us from left to right, Honorable Lolo Opuende, member of the River State House of Assembly, who represents Harcourt constituency 2. We have Chief Anabs, High Chief Anabs Sara-Igbe, leader Rivers Elders Forum, and we have Opunabo Christian Inko-Tariah, former special advisor to Governor Wike on information and communication. Gentlemen, good to have you. We're still looking at the move by the River State House of Assembly. They enacted a new bill which in effect blocks Governor Simfobara from interfering or appointing caretaker committees for local government councils in River State, and that's, like I said, something that has been done in the past in River State. Before I go to Mr. Inko-Tariah, Honorable Lolo, Mr. Inko-Tariah did make a point questioning the legality of this newly enacted law in River State, citing a court judgment regarding the situation in Abia State, which means, and you're a lawyer, so you know about the concept of precedent, that the tenures of local government chairmen in Nigeria cannot be extended beyond the statutory years. What do you say to that?
You know, if you go by the 1999 Constitution, our activities are a creation of law. And we do not do anything without the confines of the law. What we are trying to do is to amend the law. Properly, the law has been amended. And we are working in line with the law that is so amended. We are empowered to make laws, and we've amended the law. But if you take an action against the law, then the court will refer you back. But this is a law. Once an action is backed by law, I don't think they will be referred back. So for our action that we have, our action is backed by law. Whatever we are going to do has been backed by law. And that's why we take in time to go through the law and to study the actions that will follow it. People who go out of the law to appoint people. If you appoint outside the law will refer you back to the extant laws, the existing laws. And that is what must have happened there. Because I don't know. That
can I come in? Can I come in?
Yes. Let's allow Mr. Inko-Tariah.
I want to ask.
We have amended the law. I think
yes.
They did not. They flaunted.
Yes. Let's allow Mr. Inko-Tariah come. Mr. Inko-Tariah. Yes.
I want to ask my brother the question. Obviously, probably from what he's saying, he's not seized of that fact, but he's explaining the issue of precedents and so on. But having said, first and foremost, I even found a situation where there was no public hearing. That is number one. But let us leave that aside. Like I said, it is within the bias of the State House of Assembly to make laws, no doubt. But in this particular instance,
public hearing were made. Public
Opuende, we allow you. We allow you.
Okay.
Yes,
okay,
please. I will allow you.
All right. Thank you.
You say public hearing are held, eh? Okay. But let us leave that aside.
Yes.
Now the point I'm trying to make is in this particular instance now, it's almost homologous. In this particular instance now, we are talking of a situation where they wanted, what was an issue was the allegation of the tenure of the local government chairman. You can go and read, you will see. That was what was an issue. And the court said no. These persons, as at the time they were elected, their tenures were defined, prescribed. And so you cannot, it's like changing the goalpost midway. So you cannot right now elongate their tenure. We are not saying you don't have the right to make the laws, but the laws cannot be retroactive. And that's where I talked of the legality, that the laws cannot be retroactive. And the Lagos State government went to court again on the same matter, and the court averted their mind to that of Abia State, that it cannot be retroactive. And that is why I'm saying what the House of Assembly did was not legal. That's the point I was making. Because they cannot make these laws and it's going to affect those in office. You can make, if tomorrow you come up with all these laws, of course, it is within your powers. You'll say, yes, the local government chairman now 2 years, local government chairman now 5 years. Look, no problem. But it shouldn't affect the present local government chairman. That is what is in contention.
Okay. Before I come back to High Chief, before I come back to High Chief Anabs, Sara-Igbe, Mr. Inko-Tariah, please, I want to give Honorable Lolo, Mr. Inko-Tariah, please, a chance to comment on what you said, and I go to High Chief. Honorable Lolo.
Yes. Let me respond to him properly. You are not a lawmaker. With due respect, sir. You are not a lawmaker. Where are the lawmakers?
Yes, yes.
We've read through the lines of the law. We've seen the rudiments, and we know where we are heading to. But will you tell me that if the state, a specific allocation is made, and there is need for us to amend the law to suit the governor, to boost such allocation for him, or to use money to affect anything, you will tell me that the law we are going to make today is not going to be effective. It is going to be effective with another governor.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Can I respond?
Okay. No, sir. Please, let's bring in High Chief Anabs Sara-Igbe now. High Chief Anabs Sara-Igbe. No, yeah, I know. We're in danger of leaving. I'll give you a chance.
What I said.
Yeah,
we are not quarreling. We are discussing. That's what I believe.
Yes.
Let me quickly respond to this. It's just a
I'll give you a sentence. Just a minute.
I agree now. All this one I will have finished. It's just a question. Now, which take precedence? A Supreme Court judgment on an issue and the law passed by a House of Assembly, which will take precedence, or National Assembly, whatever it is, which will take precedence on the same issue.
Okay, thank you. Honorable Lolo,
which will take precedence.
Well, we are aware of precedent, but for now, we are talking about the law. When we get there,
that's what I'm saying. I said like a judgment. That's what I mean. I mean the judgment from a Supreme Court
I am not a judge. Sometimes some precedents are put aside, and the law is being used to make judgment. So I can't ascertain that for now, because judges.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Use whatever they so wish.
Right. Thank you, Honorable Lolo. High Chief. Are yourself and other Rivers elders not in danger of, stopping a move that may end up? We've lost High Chief there. I'm sorry about that. We lost High Chief. So when High Chief joins us back, we will put him back on the air. Mr. Inko-Tariah, if the governor is stripped, of his powers in such a manner, like it's being done, as we're saying, is the River State House of Assembly, in your opinion, in effect usurping the role, of the executive in River State?
Look, I want to be as factual as I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, whenever I want to be as factual as I can. I might be wrong, I might be right. But that is my sincere opinion. Like I said it was done for intended bad reasons. And the whole essence is to wrongfoot the administration of Governor Simfumara because of the fissure, the friction within the same political family, so to speak. Now, the House of Assembly has a right. I've said it before, and there's no point repeating it over and over. I said it is within the powers of the Assembly to make laws. But in this particular instance, I disagree because of the judgment I talked about. That is number one. And number two, anyway, he said there was even a public hearing. And number two, the truth is, the whole thing is to strip the governor of certain powers. Because we all know the importance of the local government elections and, so to speak, the derived powers, I say derived powers, of the local government chairman. Why I say derived powers, we all know the kind of roles they play, especially when it comes to elections. And in most states, especially when it comes to the money, because most governors don't even give to the local governments the monies due them. So, I mean, the local governments are very important to most states.
So it's sort of a political war chest.
Yeah, but then, you know, the truth is, even when the former governor, who is now the FCT minister, came on board, the first thing he did was to remove the local government chairman and appointed care committees. That was the first thing he did. Now I know that my brother there will argue that those are the ills they are trying to correct.
Mr. Inko-Tariah, I was going to go to High Chief Sara-Igbe, but okay, High Chief, we keep losing you. I'm sorry, High Chief. With you and the Rivers Elders,
whenever we are not allowed to make our points,
Mr. Inko-Tariah, please,
when information is given,
Mr. Inko-Tariah, please, let's allow High Chief have his say. High Chief Anabs Sara-Igbe, are you and the other Rivers Elders not in danger of missing a golden opportunity to empower the local government chairman? Opunabo and Inko-Tariah has said that the governors normally, plant their fingers and their teeth into the local government funds, using it as a political war chest. Must this continue? Is this not a golden opportunity for Rivers State to set the local government administration and level of governance free? High Chief. All right, High Chief is frozen. High Chief is frozen. Anyway, let's take a pause right now for a quick commercial break. We'll return, and hopefully when we come back, we'll have High Chief Anabs Sara-Igbe, and of course, we'll take the thoughts of our other guests. Please stay with us. All right, welcome back. It's still Politics HQ right here on New Central Television, and the temperature is getting higher and higher, and it's getting hotter here on the program. We have Opunabo and Inko-Tariah, former special advisor to Governor Wike while he was governor on information and communication. Also, Honorable Lolo Isaiah Opuende, member of the River State House of Assembly. He represents the good people of Akokotoro constituency too. Okay, Honorable, you've listened to Mr. Inko-Tariah give his take. He's insinuated, or he's alleged, that this is a deliberate attempt to seize the political war chest, that is the local government funds, and basically have it controlled by the Wike political structure in River State. Now, Mr. I'm not quoting you. No, you're misquoting. But that is the insinuation.
Excuse me.
That's the insinuation.
No, that's not insinuation. I'm not quoting you. That's why I say you allow people to
talk. So what did you say? Mr. Inko-Tariah, what did you say? What did you say, sir?
Yes, I said, listen to me. That's the problem. Whenever we are talking, you Harcourt.
Okay, so what did you say, please?
Yes.
Correct me.
I did not say, thank you, I did not say. I said in most states, the local government elections are important to the governors. Yes, Wike is not a governor. Okay. They are important to the governors.
No, but Mr. Inko-Tariah, you mentioned Wike's name. And you mentioned his name.
You see, you're heckling. Let me land now.
Okay,
let me finish. Yes, Wike is not a governor. I said in most states, the governors use the local government. Most times, the monies due the local government chairman don't even get to them. So it is very important. Is Wike a governor? I said that was what I was saying. I said that is why the local government is very important to a lot of persons. And this, in most states, I even said in most, I didn't even say River State. I said, you asked if they are stripping if it's an attempt to strip the governor to the power. I said, oh yes. And I used the word wrong foot, this administration of the government. I said, apart from the finances, they also occupy very sensitive positions in politics.
Okay, all right.
If
they're stripping him of this war chest, who will control the war chest in this case, sir?
Sorry?
If they're stripping the governor of his power and the opportunity to be in charge of this political war chest called local government funds, who will then control the war chest?
Not just the funds. I'm giving an example. Not just the funds. I said they play important roles in politics. And in most states,
okay.
Even I'm telling you how important local governments are.
So in River State, what do you suspect? What do you suspect is the motive?
Important.
Yeah, Mr. Inko-Tariah, what do you suspect is the motive?
In the case of River State, they are just stripping him of the powers, not because of the money. They just want to make him look almost, so to speak, almost powerless.
And what is the motive? What is the motive?
Or useless. I just told you the motive now. Almost powerless or useless in the eyes of politicians. It's all politics. They are trying to strip it. They want it to be a featherweight. A governor is like an army with a general without a command.
All right,
That's
Mr.
what
Secretary,
they-
thank
that's what they
you.
want to do.
But Honorable Lolo has talked about empowering the local government councils to be independent. Honorable, what do you say to Mr. Secretary's allegation that you just want to make the governor look ordinary and paperweight or featherweight, you know, in politics of River State?
Mr. Kofi Batel, I think, are you with me?
Yes, please go on. Yes.
I think we are not in any quarrel, and we don't have anything against the governor. The only thing we are against is allowing our resources in the hands of HLGs. The plan of the governor, if not for caretaker, is to allow the funds in the hands of HLGs, which is wrong. Most of the HLGs are not from our local government. And you allow the funds meant for such local government to be in the hands of HLGs to be managed by them. So when they squander, you now say, hey, you want to chase them with EFCC. Now, another thing my elder brother there is saying is that we are stripping the governor of his powers, which is not so. The same man who ran to the president and the president gave him 8-point agenda for him to go and fulfill, has failed to fulfill the 8-point agenda completely. In fact, Kofi Batel, let me remind you, from the next day we returned, we the assembly members returned from Abuja, was the day we called for sitting. Immediately that Monday, we called for sitting and said, we are sitting to withdraw the impeachment process. So why is it taking him too long to represent the budget? And why is it taking him too long to even conduct the local government election? So what are we talking here? Most of the people who are fanning his ego did not even supported him. They did not vote for him. Like my elder brother, Chief Sara-Igbe, did not vote for him. He came with Harcourt party. I don't know of Chief Opunabo Inko-Tariah. I don't know whether I should call him Chief or whatever. Chief Opunabo Inko-Tariah, with due respect, I don't know who he voted for. Sorry, sir. I don't know.
I voted
who he
for him,
voted
no
for,
doubt.
but I
He has
know
been a
most of
friend.
the people around the governor did not vote for him. Ask Chief
I voted
Sara-Igbe.
for
Did
him.
you
He has
vote for
been
him
a
when he
friend,
came
so
to my
I
house?
did.
I
Sorry,
asked him
that is
when he
not
came
the
to my
issue
house.
of
Okay. Honorable, let's allow High Chief. Honorable, let's allow High Chief.
That is not the issue of
Honorable,
ground.
They are
yeah, High
only
Chief,
pushing
please.
the
The
government
moment a
to fail.
governor
Lolo,
is
please, let's
elected,
allow High Chief. High Chief Anabs
let me come in,
Sara-Igbe.
please.
Yeah, High Chief Anabs
Let me
Sara-Igbe.
come in.
Yeah.
Please let me make correct one impression. The moment a governor is elected, he becomes the governor for all. Whether you support him, you don't support him, it's irrelevant.
Honorable, please.
Excuse me. The governor is the governor of River State. Wike was there for
Honorable,
8 years.
please. Yeah.
The same assembly members, almost 80% of the assembly members, were given him powers to appoint caretaker committee from time to time. But I don't blame
That is
them.
because there was
I
a
only
synergy.
blame the governor for recognizing them, because if from the onset he complied with the law, he had gotten the judgment already. If he complied with the law and followed the law to truth, by now this would have been history. But because he's a peaceful, loving person, he wants peace. I'm happy he's seen those peace he wanted. I'm happy he can see what the elders see and tell him that he refused to see. Today, he can see that the elders are not giving him wrong advice. We saw it. They are desperate to see that they make him harmless. They disarm him. But they are going to fail because you cannot stand something or nothing. So far as we are concerned, the law is very clear. Whichever way they go, we have seen how it went at the Cross River. Their master, Wike prosecuted that case and got judgment for that case. We saw what happened in Opuende State. Wike prosecuted that case and got judgment for that case. This is our precedent. We shall fight this case.
Well, do you have evidence when you say Wike prosecuted that case?
Yes, no, I don't think that you cannot allege what you cannot prove.
High Chief, do you have evidence to that effect?
With due respect, sir.
and you have to that the man will agree to drop the
can I say something?
Hi, Chief, do you have evidence to that effect?
But they are going to fail because, so far as Rivers people are concerned, they are an illegal assembly members. In the eyes of the law, they are no longer as members of the assembly. And so whatever law they make.
All right. Hi, Chief, are you there? All right.
It's null and void.
I want to thank you.
And we shall get to that, where they will see that all the moment the judgment comes
let me respond to
all right. Hi, Chief, thank you. I'll just give Honorable just one sentence.
We are patiently
thank you, Hi,
with
Chief.
this case.
Thank you, Hi, Chief. I'll give Honorable one sentence before we go. Lolo.
I Chief, with due respect, you don't describe a man who burnt the assembly, then demolished assembly.
Well, there's no evidence that he burnt it. There was no evidence that he burnt it, but go on.
Yes, it's cronies. Burnt it on his order. Then he demolished it. The demolition was done by who?
We don't have evidence for that.
Okay, we don't have evidence of that, but the governor said, yes, he demolished that assembly because he wants to renovate it. So for a man who burnt assembly and demolished it, you are calling him a peaceful man.
Okay, thank you very much.
A man who come up on radio
Honorable,
to
thank
say
you.
On national.
Honorable,
right,
thank you. I just want to say that we don't have evidence.
One of the very incendiary statements made by Wike, even when he urged you members to continue to do what you're doing at a function. I think it was Okechinda's birthday, or was it Barin Piggy? I've forgotten. One of those incendiary statements made by Wike on a daily basis. Fubara has always been a very placid human being.
Okay, we have to go. I think it was the former national chairman of national vice chairman of the APC, not Barin Piggy. But we have to go.
Do you have any proof that Fubara burnt the House of Assembly?
That's what I was saying. I think he accepted that there is no proof that Fubara burned the Assembly. But gentlemen, I want to thank you. Honorable Lolo, it seems you're going ahead that House of Assembly. But there's a case in court tomorrow. We'll monitor it, but I want to thank both of you for your time. Honorable Lolo Opuende, as I remember, River State House of Assembly, Mr. Opunabo Inko-Tariah, former special advisor to Wike when he was governor of River State on information and communication, and High Chief Anabs, Sara-Igbe, and the leader of River State Elders and Leaders Forum. Thank you, gentlemen, for your time. My name is Kofi Bartels. We'll return tomorrow with more of the latest conversations and hottest conversations on issues in Nigerian politics. Good night.